Hello friends, I am Dr. S.K. Mittal. In this lecture, I will cover the operation of half-wave rectifier with pure inductive load. In this lecture, I will cover the circuit diagram, output voltage expression and waveforms, output current expression and its waveforms. Now see, this is the circuit diagram of half-wave rectifier. In half-wave rectifier, only one diode is used in case of uncontrolled rectifier because in half-wave rectifier we either rectify positive half cycle or negative half cycle. Now see here, a single phase AC supply voltage the single phase AC supply voltage is represented by V is equal to Vm sin omega t, where Vm is equal to maximum value of supply voltage. Here diode acts as rectifier which will rectify here the positive half cycle because this rectifier or diode will be forward biased by positive half cycle. Here between terminals A and B, inductive load is connected. This is the another type of half-wave rectifier where a step-down transformer is used. This is the step-down transformer. Sometimes low voltage DC is required, therefore main supply or domestic AC supply single phase is applied at the primary winding. This is the primary winding of the transformer, and if single phase AC main supply is applied at the primary winding of step down transformer, then low voltage AC is obtained at the secondary winding. This is the secondary winding. Now, if low voltage AC is obtained at the secondary of the step down transformer, then this supply is directly connected to rectify. Therefore, here we will represent this supply voltage Vm sin omega t at the secondary because here secondary winding is connected directly to the rectifier. Now this is the supply Vm sin omega t applied at the input of the diode rectifier, and between terminals A and B, inductive load or pure inductive load is connected. Now this type of rectifier with step down transformer is used where low voltage DC is required, and this type of circuit is used where the DC voltage is nearly equal to the magnitude of the single phase AC supply voltage. Now after circuit diagram, we will consider the operation of half wave rectifier with inductive load. So now see here, if I apply single phase AC supply voltage, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and if diode is forward biased, here diode is there, and if diode is forward biased by the application of single phase AC supply voltage, then diode is forward biased. And if diode is forward biased, it will be represented by short circuit, because under forward bias condition, diode offers very small amount of resistance, and therefore in the load current starts flowing in this way, because here is the anode terminal of diode and here is the cathode terminal of diode. Diode is unidirectional device, therefore current always flows from anode terminal to cathode terminal. And now under this forward bias condition, output voltage and output current are obtained. If I represent output current I0, and when it flows through the inductive load, output voltage V0 is obtained. Now after this operation, we will calculate the value of output voltage and output current or their expression. Now see here, this is the supply voltage which is represented by V is equal to Vm sin omega t. When diode is forward biased, it is replaced by short circuit, means the voltage across diode is 0. Now here is supply voltage, V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and it is connected across diode and this inductive load. So now see here, if I consider the short circuit diode and here inductive load, and if supply voltage is connected across this, in simple way, this circuit we can represent like this. So now see here, we have applied the voltage V is equal to Vm sin omega t across two elements, diode and inductive load. Diode and this inductive load are connected in series, and if diode is forward biased, the voltage across it is 0. Therefore, since the circuit in series, therefore we can say that supply voltage is equal to voltage across diode plus voltage across load. So now, since supply voltage we have applied V is equal to Vm sin omega t, so now here at the left hand side I put Vm sin omega t is equal to voltage across diode. We have obtained 0 volt due to its forward bias, so 0 plus voltage across load I have represented by V0, so therefore this is V0. So now what is the voltage across diode across load? V0. V0 is nothing but it is equal to Vm sin omega t from this calculation. So now we have obtained the value of output voltage or expression of output voltage V0 or VO is equal to Vm sin omega t. On the basis of this calculation, we can draw the supply voltage which is applied to the rectifier and output voltage. See here, what is the supply voltage? V is equal to Vm sin omega t. Whereas from the calculations, we have got output voltage V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t. Means the supply voltage waveform and the output voltage waveform both are similar. See here, the first waveform is representing rectifier input or supply voltage V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and here calculation says that output voltage across the load is also represented by Vm sin omega t. Therefore, we can draw a sinusoidal voltage waveform to represent the voltage across pure inductive load. So this is the voltage across load. V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t. At omega t is equal to pi by 2, we always obtain the maximum value. So this is the voltage expression, output voltage expression across the pure inductive load and its waveform. Now on the basis of this output voltage expression, we can determine the relationship for output current I0 or I0. Now in this part, we are going to calculate the relationship between voltage and current for inductor or load. So now we know that the general relationship between the voltage across inductor and the current flowing through inductor is V is equal to L into di by dt. Therefore, since we have represented output voltage VO and inductive load is represented by L and output current is represented by I0, so therefore on the basis of equation number 1, we can say that output voltage VO is equal to L into DIO by dt. Now from this expression, we can calculate the output current expression. So now see here, if I cross multiply, this becomes V0 into dt is equal to L into di0. Now, since output current is to be calculated, therefore we can say that di0 is equal to V0 by L into dt. Now, di0 is equal to, see the value of expression for output voltage, we have obtained V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t. So therefore, in place of V0, we will put Vm sin omega t divided by L into dt. Now, since we have to calculate the value of output current, therefore, equation 5 can be integrated both sides. So now, integrating equation 5, integral di0 or dio is equal to integral Vm sine omega t divided by L into dt. Integral dio is equal to IO is equal to, since Vm and L are constant, we can take out from integral sign, and this will be equal to IO is equal to Vm by L integral sine omega t into dt. Now, if we integrate the sine omega t, we will obtain Vm upon L. Integration of sine omega t is minus cos omega t divided by omega plus integration constant a. So therefore, I0 is equal to minus Vm upon this minus sign divided by omega L into cos omega t plus a, where a is the integration constant. Now, after this equation number 9, it becomes necessary to calculate the value of integration constant a. Now, to calculate the value of integration constant a, see this expression or waveform of output voltage at omega t is equal to 0. This is the point of omega t is equal to 0, and at omega t is equal to 0, what is the output voltage magnitude? Output voltage V0 is equal to 0. Since output voltage V0 is equal to 0, means no current is flowing. Therefore, at omega t is equal to 0, since output voltage is 0. Why it is 0? Because we have not obtained any output current. Therefore, we can say that from output voltage waveform at omega t is equal to 0, I0 output current is equal to 0. Now, on the basis of this assumption, from the output waveform, we can calculate the output current expression. Now, I will put omega t is equal to 0 in equation number 9. So now putting omega t is equal to 0 in equation number 9. So now at omega t is equal to 0, what is the value of I0? So left hand side I0 will be equal to 0 as per equation number 10 is equal to minus Vm upon omega L cos 0, because we are considering omega t is equal to 0 plus a. So therefore, a is equal to Vm upon omega L. So now we have calculated the value of integration constant a. So now by putting the value of integration constant a in equation number 9, a is calculated in equation number 9, I will put this value in equation number 9. Therefore, IO is equal to minus Vm upon omega L cos omega t plus value of A. Value of A we have calculated Vm upon omega L. So now, what is the final value of I0? I0 we can put see here Vm upon omega L. Vm upon omega L has been obtained in two places. So this will be 1 minus cos omega t. So now this is the expression for output current. This is the expression for output current. I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L 1 minus cos omega t. On the basis of this equation, we can draw the waveform of this output current. Now see, one by one at different points, I will calculate the value. First of all, since any waveform we generally start from omega t is equal to 0, so therefore first calculation from equation number 13. From equation number 13. Equation 13, at omega t is equal to 0, I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L 1 minus cos 0. Cos 0 is equal to 1, 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore, I0 is equal to 0. Means at omega t is equal to 0, we have obtained the value of output current 0. Now, next value we can calculate at omega t is equal to pi by 2. At omega t is equal to pi by 2, I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L 1 minus cos pi by 2. Means it will be cos pi by 2 is equal to 0, and therefore I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L. Equation number. Another calculation, one more calculation we will do, and we will see the result. At omega t is equal to pi. What is the value of I0? I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L 1 minus cos pi. Cos pi is equal to minus 1. Therefore, I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L, and if I will put the value of cos pi, then in the bracket it will be 1 plus 1, and therefore I0 will be equal to 2 Vm upon omega L. Now at different points, I have calculated the value of output currents. First of all, see this. At omega t is equal to 0, output current is 0. At omega t is equal to pi by 2, what is the value of output current? Vm upon omega L. Suppose I consider this side on the y-axis where output current I0 is represented. So therefore, if this point is Vm upon omega L, so here we will get the value of Vm upon omega L. Now, at omega t is equal to pi, what is the value of output current? I0 is equal to 2 Vm upon omega L. And here we can consider the height 2 Vm upon omega L. Now, at omega t is equal to pi, value is 2 Vm upon omega L. So this is the value of 2 omega L. Now, again, one more calculation I can do, and I can draw up to omega t is equal to pi, this type of curve. Now, one more point I can calculate to obtain the full waveform. At omega t is equal to 2 pi. What is I0? I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L 1 minus cos 2 pi, and cos 2 pi means cos 360 is equal to 1, and therefore 1 minus cos 2 pi is equal to 1, therefore I0 is equal to 0. So therefore at omega t is equal to 2 pi, we will get the value of 0. And in this way, this waveform will be repeated in this way if we calculate the further cycles. So this is the expression of output current flowing through pure inductive load. This is the expression of output voltage across the pure inductive load. Now here I can write voltage V0 is equal to Vm sin omega t further. So now here is the output voltage. Waveform expression. Now after this, one more value we can calculate, that is the average value of output current. That is the average value of output current. In the half-wave rectifier with resistive load, I have given the method to calculate the average value of any waveform. On the basis of that formula, the average value of output current I0 may be calculated by considering area under the curve, divided by base of the curve. Now see here, this waveform of output current is repeating after every 2 pi. This is starting from 0, value becomes 0 at 2 pi. Again it starts from 0 value and it is terminated at 0 value at omega t is equal to 4 pi. So therefore we can say that base of the curve means a repetition is of every 2 pi. Now to calculate the area under the curve of output current, what we do? First of all, we consider a strip in this output current waveform. This I represent by I0, and here the thickness of this strip is considered d omega t. You can refer in detail this method of calculation in resistive load case. So area under the curve is calculated for this base of 2 pi by first calculating the area of this strip. Area of this strip means height of this strip is considered I0 and thickness is d omega t. So therefore what is the strip area? I0 multiplied by d omega t. Since our base is of 2 pi, therefore area will be considered for 2 pi. So therefore this will be integrated from omega t is equal to 0 to 2 pi. Now average value, we can say area under the curve will be integral from 0 to pi I0 d omega t divided by base of the curve is 2 pi. Now we have also obtained the value of I0 will be 1 upon 2 pi integral 0 to 2 pi, and value of I0 we have obtained in this equation number 13, and the value of I0 is equal to Vm upon omega L 1 minus cos omega t. So therefore I will put the value of Vm upon omega L into 1 minus cos omega t in place of I0 multiplied by d omega t. So this will be the value of I0. Vm upon omega L we may consider constant. So this will be Vm upon 2 pi is already omega L integral 0 to 2 pi 1 minus cos omega t d omega t. Now after integration and taking the limit, the value of average value of output current comes to Vm upon omega L. I am writing directly. You can solve equation number 23 after integrating this bracket and putting the limit 0 to 2 pi. Then value of the average value of the output current will be I0 is equal to 2 Vm upon omega L. In this way, in this lecture, I have covered the circuit diagram. We have already discussed the circuit diagram. Now after that, operation, then expression of output voltage, supply voltage waveform, voltage across load waveform, and then on the basis of this we have calculated the value of output current expression in equation number 13, and by considering the different points on the basis of equation number 3 at different values of omega t, we have calculated the values and then draw the graph, and after that we have calculated average value of output current, which is I0 is equal to 2 Vm upon omega L, which I can represent by equation number 24. Thank you very much.